Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. In this video, I want to talk about an article that just came out about Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Princess Eugenie and her family, and a Christmas invitation. Is this a genuine gesture of goodwill, or could it be another strategic move from Meghan's playbook? Let's unravel the layers and explore how this fits into narcissistic tendencies like future faking, triangulation, and isolation. Stick around because this story just might sound familiar to your own life. I want to mention that I am not a therapist, but I've been around narcissists my entire life, and actually reading this article is just so familiar to me. I want to preface this and say the truthfulness of this article is not as important as the actions that happen. So we are using this article as a tool to understand narcissistic behavior and narcissistic interactions. So I know that some people say, well, we don't know who said it and it's just gossip. And yes, that is true. It is gossip. We don't know firsthand what happened, but the things that are said and done and are talked about are things that happen in real life. So let's get into the article. The article is titled, Princess Eugenie Forced to Choose Between Prince Harry and Royal Family This Christmas. It was released on Monday, December 9th, and the subheading says, Exclusive. Princess Eugenie is currently looking at ways to balance a Christmas with the royals at Sandringham alongside time abroad with her cousin, Prince Harry and his family. Princess Eugenie faces a tricky festive dilemma after receiving an invitation from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to join them in Montecito, California over the Christmas holidays. However, the 34-year-old princess and her family, husband Jack, 38, and their two children, August 3 and Ernest 1, have also been invited to the royal family's traditional Christmas celebrations at Sandringham. According to a well-placed source, Princess Eugenie is currently exploring ways to balance both invitations. Harry and Meghan have invited Eugenie and Jack to join them in California during the holidays, the source revealed. It's a very difficult position for Eugenie because she has also been invited to Sandringham. The source added that the family is considering spending time in the U.S. closer to New Year so that the children can spend time with their cousins Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Princess Eugenie and her family were notably absent from Princess Catherine's Christmas Carol service at Westminster Abbey last week, fueling speculation about her relationship with senior members of the royal family. It was previously reported that Eugenie and her sister, Princess Beatrice, were unhappy with the treatment their father, Prince Andrew, had received from the royal family over his property, Royal Lodge. Princess Eugenie's relationship with the Sussexes has drawn significant attention lately, particularly following revelations that Harry and Meghan purchased a property in Europe near Eugenie's holiday retreat in Portugal. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I don't think they actually bought this property. I think this is a merging opportunity. They're getting kickbacks, allegedly, every time someone buys a property. I don't think they actually bought something. They're just pretending. Okay, so let's summarize what happened. So according to this report, Meghan and Harry have extended a holiday invitation to Princess Eugenie, her husband, and their children. At first, it seems innocent, right? But there's the twist. Eugenie is also invited to Sandringham with the royal family, their annual holiday tradition, and that leaves her with a tricky choice. Do I go to California with the Sussexes or stay local to royal traditions back in the UK? Why does this matter? Well, Eugenie and Meghan have had a notably close relationship, even when tensions ran high between Harry and the rest of the royals. I want to mention that it's a complicated relationship because if you remember, Harry and Meghan announced their pregnancy at Princess Eugenie's wedding, so that is not something kind to do, in my opinion. So is Meghan trying to pull Eugenie closer and drive a wedge between her and the rest of the family? If you've ever seen a narcissist in action, this kind of triangulation might sound familiar. And in my opinion, Meghan is using this information that Eugenie might be upset with the royal family because of the treatment of Eugenie's father as the manipulation tactic. So this is the vulnerability point I believe that Meghan has observed, allegedly. This is how Meghan is going to get into that. So let's talk about triangulation. In narcissistic dynamics, triangulation is when a person creates conflict or divides loyalties between people to maintain control. By inviting Eugenie during a time of tension within the royal family, particularly over her father Prince Andrew's treatment, Meghan is basically stirring the pot. She is forcing loyalties to be drawn here. The timing is significant. Christmas at Sandringham is a royal tradition, a symbol of unity, even amidst drama. By offering Eugenie an alternative celebration in Montecito, Meghan is testing her loyalty or subtly isolating her from the family. Triangulation is something I'm actually very familiar with, and I've described a situation, but I'm going to describe it again. So there's a particular member of my family, let's call this person A, who absolutely has to be the center of attention. Now, this person, the tactic they use is by creating conflict for everybody else. So in my opinion, that's what Meghan is doing here. She's trying to cause even more conflict between Princess Eugenie and the rest of the family. I wonder, have any of you ever experienced this type of triangulation? Would you like me to do a deeper video on this? I think it deserves more attention, and it's like, to me, this is triangulation in action. Like, this is one piece of evidence where we see Meghan exploiting vulnerability within the royal family. Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect example. Another thing we're seeing here is future faking. So I talked about future faking in a different video. In my opinion, it's happening here. So this is when narcissists make grand promises about future plans to gain trust or secure emotional leverage. By framing this as a family-friendly visit for the cousins to bond, Meghan presents herself as the inclusive, nurturing figure. But the catch is, this invitation creates tension and pressure for Eugenie. If she chooses Meghan and Harry over the royal family, it sends a message. If she declines, the Sussexes can easily spin this as another example of the royals excluding them. So how could this be considered future faking? Because you can invite someone and say, oh my gosh, the kids are all gonna have a great time. By Meghan presenting this invitation as an opportunity for the cousins to bond, creating this idealized vision, and for Eugenie to enjoy a festive family reunion, Meghan is appealing to Eugenie's emotions and family values. So is this always considered future faking? Because like I was saying earlier, we all do that, right? Like, oh, so you should come over. We're gonna have such a good time. The distinction lies in intention. If Meghan's primary goal is genuinely to foster a familial bond and not to manipulate Eugenie's decision or relationships, then it would not qualify as future faking. However, when paired with patterns of behavior, including what I said before, triangulation, and we know that Meghan is incredibly controlling, I think that this action that Meghan is doing could be considered future faking, and it's part of Meghan's broader strategy of creating conflict and chaos. I think another thing we can think about here is that there is physical isolation that would happen if Eugenie accepts this invitation. We know that narcissists use isolation as one of their main tactics, and they do that for control, and they do that also to try to influence graders. So I think if Eugenie accepts this invitation, she will be physically isolated from her family, and she may fall spell to Meghan's manipulation and control tactics. Okay, so now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a situation where someone created conflicts like this? Do you think it's just holiday logistics, or could it be a bigger part of manipulation? I want to know, so please drop that in the comments. And if you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into the hidden dynamics of relationships. I want to thank you all for listening, and I can't wait to talk to you all soon. Goodbye.